Hey, American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Moreland Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Moreland Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the for changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
And good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. My name is meteorologist Heather Kane. It's time for our daily hail forecast. We got to thank our sponsors first, though. We got the C3 Group, as well as Moreland Law Group and American Contractors. Thank you guys, as always, for sponsoring our videos, and make sure to check them out. The links to their pages are in the description below. So it's going to be another quiet day. It was busy yesterday, but it's going to be quiet today, and as well as getting into tomorrow. So tomorrow and the rest of this coming weekend looks quiet as well. But as we get into the beginning, or I should say mid next week, there may be something that we need to watch. You guys know how it goes, though. It's a week out, but we're going to touch on it a little bit, you know, because I said so. So today is Veterans Day, so thank you all for your service, whether you did serve or you're currently serving. Thank you guys for your service. And we do have a few events coming up. The first one is next Saturday. This is the OU Iowa State Tailgate. This will be down in Norman on the 20th. The time that the tailgate will begin is at 9 a.m. Kickoff is at 11 a.m. And if you haven't gone to any of these yet this season, we have free food, we have free beer, we have the game being played on a television, all under a tent. So they're a lot of fun. So make sure you come on down and say hi to us and enjoy the game. And then the following weekend on the 27th, the Stillwater game versus OSU versus OU, Boomer Sooner. We will be at that as well. Not in Norman. Again, we will be in Stillwater for this event. And lastly, Job Nimbus, they have an event coming up next month. This is going to be at the Hard Rock Los Cabos All-Inclusive Resort. This is from December 6th to 9th. Again, it's in, I wish I was going to Mexico. That sounds really nice. Anyway, so this event is basically Job Nimbus. How it works, I guess they're going to have a few speakers to really talk about Job Nimbus and how it all works. So if you're interested in this, go to Mexico and have fun for me, because I like sun. It's cold. Okay, anyway, so we have 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It's 2 weeks from today, so 14 days away. Hopefully you guys are going to have some good plans to visit with your families. So let's take a look at the reports from yesterday. Again, it was a pretty busy day. Nothing too crazy though, but it's cool to see at least some activity in the month of November. We had some scattered wind and hail reports as well as a few tornado reports. So we're going to zoom into a few areas here. The Dallas-Fort Worth area did see some activity in terms of large hail. In the Wichita Falls area, we had some activity as well. And then near the southern portions of Oklahoma, we saw some hail as well as a tornado touchdown. And then moving up into the central part of the state, we saw some hail activity just north of Oklahoma City. We did get some small hail here at the office. That was pretty neat. But then we did see some more activity here in Tulsa. Unfortunately, a tornado did touch down just east of town. And then we had some more scattered hail and wind reports across parts of Kansas as well as near the Kansas-Missouri border. So let's take a look at our current conditions. The system that brought the severe weather yesterday has moved on to the east. There is some heavier precipitation basically from the Canadian-U.S. border down into Wisconsin, Indiana, southward into Tennessee, and all the way down to the coast. Let's zoom in here. There is a low pressure. You can really see the spin. It's, I think, based in northwestern Minnesota right now. This white, if you haven't guessed, is snow. That can stay north for now. Don't want that here just yet. But yes, snow is falling from the Dakotas eastward into parts of Minnesota, and then some heavier rain is falling from basically eastern Minnesota southward into Wisconsin, down into Indiana. You can see there's no severe weather expected with this. There's very little instability, so it should just be some heavier rain, maybe a rumble thunder or two as this activity moves on to the east this afternoon and evening. And same deal as we get into the southern part of this front passing to the east here. There is a little bit of a thin line of thunderstorms. They look relatively strong, but no severe weather is expected with this as these continue to move on to the east as well. And then we still have some, I mean, it's pretty typical. I mean, Seattle, you guys see a lot of rain anyway, but some showers and maybe a rumble thunder is occurring right now from Washington State down into Oregon. So a bit of a mess out there as well. Taking a look at our current temperatures across the U.S., the nice toasty 81 down in Miami. A little bit cooler though as you go northward, only 71 in Atlanta. You get behind this cold front and this low pressure system, it starts to cool off just a little bit. It's only 39 in Minneapolis right now, and even cooler as we get into the Dakotas. Los Angeles here also pretty toasty right now at 82. Man, it's that time of the year. I wish it was just a bit warmer. It's getting colder here and I don't like it anyway. So our current dew points, relatively comfortable across most of the U.S. Really dry though as we get into the Rockies with only dew points in the teens. The only really sticky spot is down in Miami with a dew point of 71. So we are not expecting anything in terms of severe weather today. No severe hail is expected or severe wind. There just isn't a whole lot of instability as this system tracks on to the east. And as we get into tomorrow, same deal. I mean, it's this time of the year, you guys. We don't see a whole lot of severe weather this time of the year because it is getting colder. But like we saw yesterday, it does happen, just doesn't happen that often. So yes, no severe weather is expected tomorrow. So here's what's going on with our jet stream. We'll take a look at what's going on for the next few days. Cold air is coming in behind that low pressure system. It's coming south from Canada, so it's going to be a little bit chilly here in the Great Lakes region, and this trough will continue to move on to the east. The cold air will start to move on to northeast as well as we get into the beginning of our weekend, and then as we get into Sunday, we get another little shot of cold air from Canada. And then as we get into the beginning of next week, this trough starts to move off to the east And there really isn't a whole lot of anything behind it until we get into Wednesday. It doesn't really look very impressive in the upper levels, but we need to watch. It looks like Thursday. Maybe there's a little bit of instability on Wednesday, but it looks like Thursday we need to watch. And then as we get into Friday, this little trough here starts to move off to the east as well. So it's still a week out, you guys. A lot can change, and it doesn't look very impressive, but it's something that we need to keep an eye on. So let's take a look at our future dew points. Here is this system that's continuing to move on to the east. You can see this is where the cold front is really dry behind the system. Some moisture is coming in front of this cold front, but again, no severe weather is expected as this system moves on to the east. And as we get into tomorrow and into our weekend, it's going to be very dry with the exception of most of Florida. And then it's going to continue to stay dry until we get excuse me, Monday and Tuesday as this moisture starts to return. No severe weather is expected yet as we get into Tuesday, but as we get into a little bit of a low pressure here, you can see that. And we have to watch Wednesday as well as getting into Thursday with that moisture return for the potential for at least some type of severe weather, but it's still a week out. I'll keep saying that. A lot of things can change. So really nothing in the way of a whole lot of instability as we get into the next day or two. It's going to be quiet as we get through the weekend. Yeah, really no instability whatsoever. And then we start to see a little bit of a return here as we get into Monday, but there's really nothing to spawn anything, so it's just going to be there. And then as we get into Tuesday, same deal, but then as we get into Wednesday, you can see that instability starts to move a little bit to the north. Will there be severe weather? I mean, it's too far out right now, and it doesn't look very impressive for Wednesday, but Thursday we start to see a little bit more instability. So it's something to keep an eye on. 7 days out, just got to keep an eye. Oh, yeah, I know, I'm like a broken record. But then as we get into Friday, it starts to quiet down. So it's something that we need to watch. And so make sure you stay tuned to future videos and into the beginning of next week as things start to unwind and we get closer to those days. Until then, though, let's take a look at a few cities. Here is Denver for today. It's going to be dry, but it's going to be a bit windy. So make sure that if you're working in Denver today, that you take precautions. We don't want anyone getting blown off of any roofs. That would be bad. So temperatures will get up into the mid to upper 50s this afternoon. And then getting into Dallas, a beautiful day after what we saw yesterday. Temperatures will get up to around 67 by 3 p.m. and will stay clear for the rest of today through tonight. And then here in Oklahoma City, same deal. We saw the activity yesterday, and today it's going to be a beautiful day. Temperatures will be around 63 or so by 3 p.m. and then cool off into the mid 50s by sunset. And yeah, it's going to be a nice day. And I know my apartment complex is getting its roof replaced today. So yeah, nice day for that. So that's all that I have for you today. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you have any questions, concerns, or you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hilltrace.com and check out our website at www.hilltrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday.